What up guys, the Otakunator is back with another Splatfest video. I know it's been a minute. The last one I did was the Halloween one, Vampire versus Werewolf. I didn't get to do last month's one because I had to go to a family wedding, which it was great to see everybody and whatnot. So yeah, I was gone that weekend, but hey, kind of wanted to do this one of course again. I mean, it's going to be our typical formula, like show those results, those gameplays, the footages, do my little gameplay music video I love doing so much. I don't know why, it just always gets me pumped up. I love doing it. But anyway guys, you get to see who I picked, all that fun stuff. So anyway, I ain't gonna lie, these are my favorite little fillers, but hey, gotta do them. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. Well, we are back at it again with another Splatfest video, and the Otakunator is glad to be bringing it to you. I actually missed out on the sci-fi versus fantasy. Yeah, that's what it was. Sci-fi versus fantasy. I unfortunately missed out on that. Had a waiting to go to, but it was fun. But anyway, this is the Christmas themed one. I was able to bring you a Halloween themed one, the Vampire versus Werewolf. So it's kind of cool to have another holiday Splatfest here with us. Remember the last Christmas Splatfest was Naughty versus Nice. Team Naughty won that one, and I was on that team. So I was pretty happy to be on that. But anyway, so yeah, the Splatoon 2 just got a bunch of cool updates recently. I was able to play some Clam Blitz. I did some Facebook posts on that. Don't forget to follow Otakunator on Facebook. And I died. And then of course, yeah, I mean the Clam Blitz was cool. The new hairstyle is cool. Definitely seem to have more of like, a K-pop vibe, which I guess it's cool. I mean, a lot of those two countries, South Korea and Japan, seems like a lot of their pop culture starting to merge in terms of like fashion and design, which, hey, I don't mind. That's always gonna make things easier in terms of like keeping up with stuff, but hey, I'm still a bigger fan of Japanese anime and whatnot. I've noticed a lot of just Korean dramas take the anime approach mostly in stories anyway. But yeah, other than that, I think everything's been pretty cool with this update. I'm still an S plus rank though. Clam Blitz, obviously I gotta go back down and try it again. But I mean, I've been kind of struggling with the S rank hell, or not the S rank, C rank hell as I like to call it. Where like, I'm doing pretty good, popping off kills, but still kind of behind in terms of the rank itself. I'm definitely, of course, trying to make that rank as high as possible. I definitely want to make that an S plus, since I'm S plus across the board except for that one. But yeah, I mean, I think people are still trying to figure that mode out, because I went and played it with some people, and when you get the actual football, and you have to press A to like throw the whatchamacallit, the football into that rubber ball, and like start putting the clams in the basket. Seems like they're not quite sure about what that football does or means. That football is the thing that actually knocks that down and exposes the clam net. Another thing I've found interesting is I think they rebuffed the ink pack, the jet pack. Seemed like quite effective this time when I was playing it, and when I used it, it seemed like it was very nerfed in the past, but now it definitely feels like a little bit more what it used to be when I first started using it. So I definitely used it for the Splatfest a little more. It's definitely nice to kind of feel like it came back. But in general, I just like the splatter shots. I've liked them since the first one. They've been very kind to me. It's just I like guns in general. I mean, I can freaking chalk it up to all my Call of Duty playing over the years. Alright, 3-minute match is over. And of course, we gotta get to the good old-fashioned results for this Christmas-themed Splatfest. But I mean, generally speaking, kind of had to knock the rust off this Splatfest, but I'm kind of glad I was able to play it before I went back into ranked, because I was playing, what was it? I want to say it was Splat Zones. I was the S plus and 1, and then after the Splatfest, I played a couple matches and got up to S plus 2, so I was like, yay! So, I mean, I was glad to kind of knock the rust off. And then Pearly and Marina-chan. I'm definitely digging their fan arts. I just wish they had a little bit more to their backstory. I mean, I feel like the Squid Sisters from the first and second game kind of had a lot going for them in terms of backstory. I just wish these two had their own as well. But they definitely seem like polar opposites. It's pretty cute. But I definitely, like, you know, they're definitely shipped amongst the fan community, and I definitely agree with that. It's a nice ship for them to be together, because they just seem like the bestest of buds. But of course, I'm a bigger fan of Marina. But Pearly's cute too. I can appreciate her. But I still think the OG Squid Sisters are the best. But yeah, in terms of this victory, I was kind of shocked. Looks like it was just Team Sweater all the way. I mean, it was like a totally one-sided. As you can tell there, they already won the popular vote, and they also won the battle. So I was like, dang, just a clear blowout. But then again, more people know about, you know, ugly sweater parties than they do ugly sock parties. I mean, those aren't really a thing. Ugly socks are forever hidden from the world, so I don't think it would have been a very highly picked team anyway, but it was still fun. Can't broadcast all wins to you on the Splatfest, so gotta get some losers in there too. But I don't go by Pearly or Marina. I just go by whichever one I actually like to choose, because at the end of the day, I still like the characters both. About as much as I liked, you know, the Squid Sisters, but of course I liked Callie a little bit more than Marina. It's just the same here. Again, just wish they had more backstory. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get to that outro.
We lost. Looks like the ugly Christmas sweaters won. I mean, I guess that makes sense, though. I think they were more like the mainstream answer. Honestly, I never knew anything could compete with an ugly sweater. But I was like, yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, you could get like festive ugly socks, but I just feel like, I mean, you know, nowadays everybody has an ugly Christmas sweater party. That's kind of a little bit more of a trend now. Usually it's just like a warm-up jacket with like a design painted on it, but it's only, I think it was natural. I mean, I think, of course, just by like, you know, mainstream alone, it was going to kind of be that. But anyway, I mean, it was still fun. I still had a great time, still had my victories, still had my losses, still get to bring you another Splatfest video. One for the history books, as they say. But yeah, I do have IkiCon coming up here pretty soon. It's at the end of December, so hey, look forward to that. I gotta thank those for stopping by my Facebook stream. If you didn't and would like to see those in the future, just follow the Otakunator on Facebook. That's where I do a lot of my game streamings, especially Nintendo's. And if the view count's high, I actually give codes, like Nintendo eShop codes. So, I mean, if you want, like, 50 gets a $5 gift card. Basically, just, you know, throw it out there. First come, first serve. 100 obviously gets a 10, and so on and so forth. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, night, week, whatever. Have yourself a good day, night, week, whatever. Peace out.
Yeah.